Greetings, Earthlings. My name is Marty from Late Nite Guitars, and this is
Carson.
And we're going to do what we're going to call a basket dive, where Carson digs through my cassettes from back in the day, and we talk about them. So let's get with it. And there's a lot of stuff in there. What you won't see in there is a lot of super popular non-guitar-y stuff. I mean, I guess it's sacrilege to say that things like Prince are not guitar. Of course they are, but I just didn't buy super popular things like Madonna and Prince and that sort of stuff unless it had, you know, guitar that I wanted to learn on it and things like that. But doesn't mean it wasn't great music. I just don't have a lot of... I'm probably the least funky guy on the planet, so... you know, it's...
I know some of these are kind of funky.
Have you looked through them a little bit? Yeah, there's a lot of rock for sure, but let's just take a look. Dig your hand in there, and maybe we'll do like 3 of these. Just pull it out and let's see what we get.
All right, we're gonna start with this beauty, Jane's Addiction.
Oh, Jane's Addiction, fantastic. I loved this. This was amazing. I think Jane's Addiction is kind of an in-between thing for, you know, they weren't obviously they weren't grunge band, and they weren't, you know, that early 90s stuff that was out all over the place. It was like Jesus Jones and EMF and all that stuff, but Jane's Addiction sort of was, you know, just a great rock band that just put out a crazy cool album. I guess you would call it alternative rock, but let me know what I should be calling Jane's Addiction. But there's some great stuff on here. Dave Navarro, who went on to... didn't he create his own tattoos on some kind of...
Yeah, it's Ink Master. He was a judge on Ink Master. It's funny enough, that's where I knew him from before.
Yeah.
Jane's Addiction. Like, I was just watching one day and you're like, hey, that's... I was like... You heard Dave Navarro, you're like, wait a minute, that's the guitar player from Jane's Addiction.
I mean, if you watch, you know, some of the Jane's Addiction videos and stuff like that, he looks nothing like he did back then.
He kind of just looks like what Dave Grohl looked like, but with tattoos.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's hard to recognize it's the same guy, but, you know, I mean, I'll get old.
Not Dave Grohl. The dude from Extreme. Nuno.
Nuno?
Yeah, he kind of looked like Nuno, but with tattoos.
Yeah, he had curlier kind of hair thing going, but yeah, they were awesome. And now, of course, they famously can't stand each other and can't be on the same stage with each other.
Yeah, but that's like every band.
Every band, right. But anyway, yeah, very cool. Lots of great guitar on here. Ben Cott Steelin is great. Stop is great. Cool. What else we got?
Alrighty. We're gonna go with... I know this one pretty good. Van Halen, 1984.
Van Halen, 1984. When did that come out?
I think 1997.
From 97.
It was competing with OK Computer.
Yes, I mean, and you know, A Baby Smoking a Cigarette, fantastic cover, of course. Start 'em out young. Nicotine! Yeah, what can you say about that? Super popular. I mean, everybody had this, you know. I mean, oddly enough, though, I didn't really like Jump. I know that, you know, it's kind of maybe their most popular song.
Yeah. But
I didn't particularly care for it. I thought it was strange, a weird solo jammed in the middle of it and stuff like that, and the keyboard isn't that interesting. Obviously, I'm not saying that it wasn't, you know, a good thing for them to do. They obviously made a ton of money off that song, but I'd much rather listen to Panama. I think that's a better song.
Or Hot for Teacher.
Yeah. Oh yeah, crazy stuff on here.
Hot for Teacher has the best starting of any of them.
Yeah.
Or the motorcycle.
I mean, the thing about these Van Halen records, where every time you bought one, you put it on, there was something on there that just made you go, what is he doing? What is happening? You know, you kind of got over the initial eruption thing on the first album. The second album, I think, had Spanish Fly on it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, now he's doing it on an acoustic, whatever. You know, and like
So
the
then-
beginning of, what's the one with all that
Yeah, the Women in Love.
yeah, the kind of a
God.
tepid song, but the starting is just mind-blowing.
Yeah, and then you're like, finally got all of those together, and then Fair Warning comes out, and so you have to get your brain
Right.
blown up again on Unchained.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, that's my favorite Van Halen album. Unbelievable. If Martians landed and said, you know, what's rock guitar sound like? That might be one of the things I played them, but
Rocks.
yeah,
Stuff
great,
like that.
yeah. Well, yeah, 70s stuff like Rocks and stuff. I would play them. Power Age by AC/DC. You know, 'cause anyway, what else we got?
Alrighty. I have one that I could see through.
That one with Muskrat Love is. Well, I won't. You go ahead and grab
We got
it.
Yankovic. No. An Aussie solo thing.
Continuing the tradition of me liking things more than other people. I loved Jakey Lee. I actually liked him better than Randy. And Randy, of course, is a legend and just blew everyone's mind. But I just loved Jakey Lee.
Mhm.
I just thought he was so great and so underrated. And, you know, trying to play Bark at the Moon correctly is not an easy task. I don't even know if he can do it anymore, but it's...
That one stretch is just
Yeah.
impossible.
No,
especially
I mean, that's
if
not
he
on
has
this
to-
album, but,
I know, but
you know, Shot in the Dark is a famous song off this record, but, you know, he was amazing. And if you watch, like, live videos of Jakey Lee and Ozzy throwing him around and yanking on his hair, and he's flipping around on the ground while he's soloing, and he's doing these dive bombs and stuff with no trem on his guitar. He's just, you know,
he's just pushing on it, and so
Yeah.
God forbid he used an SG, he just snapped the neck off.
right.
Not that that's a dig
But-
on SGs. SGs are amazing.
Yeah, but it's that's cool. I have lots of memories of listening to this. You know, being in a road band. You know, for some reason I associate this record with Bozeman, Montana. For some reason, I'd put on my headphones and walk down into town from our fabulous hotel and listen to this. But yeah, really cool. Love Jakey Lee. So you got Jakey Lee, you got Van Halen, and you got Dave Navarro. You know, those are all solid choices. But you can see a trend here where I kind of, like I said, you're not going to pull out Oh Mickey
Right.
or, you know, that kind of thing. But I did love all that 80s stuff. You know, I loved Depeche Mode. I had Erasure albums. I had, you know, all that stuff.
Mhm.
But I really, really, really like Jakey Lee. Well, that's it for our basket dive today. If you would like and subscribe, we would appreciate it. And if not, at least subscribe and like. And check out our online store, Late Nite Guitars. You're going to find some very cool and strange things with strings.